Radio check, radio check. Work is in the AO. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can join us today for some more Hearts of Iron 4 1-year war. Well, it wasn't supposed to be Hearts of Iron, but I just couldn't get my fix on. Rather, I just couldn't wait to advance the plot. And it has been a while, like probably 3 days since we touched, or last touched Hearts of Iron 4 anyway. Since I'm actually going to start a bit earlier, just a bit earlier, we might be able to do something. But I forgot. Well, honestly, it's not that I really can't wait to get ahead. It's just that I already did some grinding off stream. Remember the last time we were here? We were only in control of the entirety of California. And I kind of got carried away while testing some stuff yesterday after I got back from doing the stuff that I needed to do that caused me to end my stream early. And here we are. I have now taken control of most of, or rather, taken control of Nevada, Utah, Arizona, parts of northern Mexico, the entirety of New Mexico, and most of no, the entirety of Colorado actually. Pretty much is sitting and waiting for the go ahead to go into Kansas and probably take over parts of Texas as well. Fortunately, I don't have enough forces to hold the borders, and I don't have enough decent infrastructure to handle most of the supply issues. For the time being, I'll have to expand on that. Meanwhile, we also conducted a landing operation here in North Africa, and we now have control of bits and pieces of Egypt. There's, of course, the barrier here for the Sahara that we can't really break through for some reason. Western Desert and all that. Supplies have also been a bit iffy here, since most of the infrastructure is also badly damaged, and there's the fact that going through this area is a crapshoot, mostly because of the patrols and all of the anti-ship aircraft rolling around. So for the time being, we're relying on space-based transport for supplies, but that's really slow, as you can clearly see here. We'll have to fix most of the damaged infrastructure as well. We've also attempted to conduct landing operation here in Brazil, and it's been a bit of a, so far it's a bit of a slog. Is the marker. I know there's a marker here for the current offensive progress. Can't see it. Oh, there it is. Currently 81%. We've got the, yeah, by the way, we replaced the commanding officer for the 3rd Rapid Reaction Force because apparently, when sent up to offensive work, the previous commander, Cusco Ale, could only command 6 divisions effectively, so they were suffering from penalties when landing planet side, so I had to get Lucium Cardigan from the, which unit was it again? Phantom Sweep unit? Was it Phantom Sweep? No, it wasn't Phantom Sweep. I think it was Midnight Fenrir. Yeah, the Midnight Fenrir division to take over in command. And they're now trying to break through into Rio. No, it's Rio? Yeah, it was. They're trying to break through to Rio now. But Arlene Nazon, despite only commanding 2 armored divisions, why is there a foreign legionnaire? Despite only commanding 2 armored divisions, is giving our landing troops a hard time. Not to mention that since it's technically a naval, naval invasion, we get naval invasion penalties as well. There's also the terrain issue to consider. Thankfully, we have a good number of reserves in the 3rd Rapid Reaction Force, so if ever one of them gets pushed back by the well-entrenched enemy armor. We have friendly units handling the replacement for that. Don't know if I can actually expand from here, considering that a good part of this area is also covered by aircraft. Look at all those airfields. Even though they're pretty much smaller and they only carry some light attack helicopters and probably some rather air support. This is an overloaded airbase in Maranao. This is 300 out of 200. We could probably drive to Jaburo as long as there's not a lot of armor here. If we keep them occupied here in North America, that would be nice. Gotta expand the front lines though. Put them in a new theater. That's going to be the South America theater for now. Right, yes, that should be it. Meanwhile, here on the West Pacific, rather the East Pacific, on the Western Seaboard, we still have issues with number disparity. Even though we've got, what, 5 different flotillas patrolling through the area now, most of their ships, or rather most of their boats, since they're mostly submarines, except for the escort flotilla, which is a surface force, are currently detached and undergoing repairs in the naval ports. And since we can't really build more naval ports here on the western side of the United States, slow repairs are an issue. I don't think I can make more of these naval bases out here either. Maybe I can. Let's try expanding there. One of the main issues is that we can't really produce most of our supplies out here. Rather, we can't really reinforce most of our frontline forces because most of the dockyards are too focused on repairing stuff. And because, oh, look at that, 14 capital ships. We are dealing with 14 capital ships on the enemy side of things, and most of them are already equipped with a heavy loadout of naval strike aircraft. The good thing is most of these carriers can't operate efficiently because they seem to deploy more than the recommended number of carriers, which reduces the efficiency of their air operations. So our main issue for the time being are these surface raiders and their destroyer escorts. We've already completed research for most of these surface vessels. Just have to finish the carrier research for the Himalaya class, as well as depth charges and probably armor protection for some of the Alberta class. We got Grublos, Zocks, Zagok-Es, and Hygogs out on the field. Most of the guns and their shells have been completely fixed. Emergency pumps and other fire damage control systems have been upgraded. And as an add-on bonus, we have also got airdrop mines now. I have a couple of a single bomber wing in charge of naval bombing operations here in the western seaboard, and we've already laid 45 mines, but none of the enemy has been able to run into them, so that's a bit of an issue. Now we just have to wait until reinforcements can arrive fast. Then we can push up, trying to take control of the eastern seaboard as well. I'll probably go a bit further down and try to capture most of Mexico and parts of Panama. We can probably take control of the Panama Canal. Then we can try and drive to Jabaro from 2 fronts as long as we can take over Rio. Africa is indeed in a bit of a supply issue right now, mostly because, oh crap. On top of the supply issues, we also have to worry about enemy air control. They've been bombing our supply lines as well, making it extremely difficult to maintain clean supplies to troops in the front. I cannot exactly drive to Jerusalem and take control of most of the Israel front because they got more armor, and the elements of Task Force Africa are actually pretty small. We've got, what, 3 motorized divisions, or no, 3 mechanized divisions, 3 command battleship areas, and 3 mobile suit formations. That's pretty much it. Oh, it's the mobile tank division. The 3rd Rapid Reaction Force has mobile tank formations, I forgot. Now, I can probably try to push into Israel from here, but with only these units in reserves, and the fact that they can still conduct naval invasions from, or rather, bits and pieces of Turkey are probably straight from southern Europe. Eesh. I can't really leave my ports. Why is that 10 cog way smaller than the... Why are the Federation aircraft smaller than DOP? I know they were the same size, actually. The heck? Well, whatever. Looks like it's time for us to dive in. Hopefully we can actually do something now. Still waiting for some of the research to complete so we can build stuff from there. Naval engagement here is not exactly going for it. Ooh, air superiority in Egypt again. They have 2,200 interceptors in country, and we only have 1,610, losing fighters fast. Friendly divisions suffering heavy damage as well. So our friendly buildings are also getting bombed, and the logistics are suffering extensively. So the main issue now is, for this area at least, is maintaining getting enough anti-air. Most of our bases are still pretty low on space for aircraft, and then there's the issue of slow supply production, or rather slow supply transfer. So as much as we want to contest air superiority, we still have to worry about all the supply issues coming in and out of the base. Oof. Well, that's an issue. We're deploying two... Oh, there goes another one of our fighters. We should really get some more air support here as well. Where are they? I need more spots for air support, please. Yeah. .IGA. Single wing of .IGA should help. Really? Close air support, please. Supply issue is a big problem, unless we can actually prevent the enemy from bombing our positions. Enemy air superiority, but at least we got intel advantage, and we also have the initiative because of that. So even if they have a larger number of armor coming at us, we can hold them off. If only you can stop these fighters from bombing our positions, that'd be real great. It's still pretty funny that they're using F-16s as stand-ins for their strike aircraft, really. Considering the production of our units is pretty slow, I don't think I can afford getting another front out of this. Most of the frontline units are already heavily, heavily engaged as is, and then there's the fact that we have to hold orbit as much as possible if we want to stay, or rather, if we want to prevent a return to space combat from the Federation, or rather the EU now. I don't want to move the Earth Attack Force HQ to Alexandria, mostly because it's a straight issue there. There's the Bosphorus, and then there's Aden and the approach from Cairo. Raven Gulf is a pain to navigate through, so let's not go through there. And of course, the Federation can just block Bosphorus through the Gibraltar Straits. So transferring supplies or transferring HQ to Alexandria would be a bad idea right now. Why is this sea now Federal Zeon territory? And that's Yellen Bermuda. Well, whatever case, Federation needs to. We need to reinforce our naval forces as well. We're transferring some of the new mobile suits and boats to the Fort's mix strike group, since they're the one that's the freshest in deployments to operations. If we get another task force, we're gonna send them to provide escort duties here in the Mexican coast, where most of our convoys are also getting banged up pretty badly. Mine conditions, there's currently 46 mines, they're not doing much. I think they're more like shoreline mines at this point. It's funny how the Zagok E model is just the Zagok with gray coloring. We're still probably waiting up on some new stuff to get through that. Ooh, the storm. We're not inflicting enough damage on the enemy's fleet. Ow! They're doing that to us instead. Look at that. Look at how many freaking carriers they have in the area. 8? They have 11 carriers, reducing their efficiency to 20%. Serious damage to our submarine forces, though. Another surface attacker for our unit. The ships on the surface force are being repaired as of now. A lot of damage for the first escort flotilla there. New one coming up. Another one for the Port Mix strike group for now. Not exactly looking fun for our patrol fleets. And we can't really conduct convoy raiding operations, not with the surface vessels. Now we got an ace on the other side, at least. Not really all these surface vessels blocking our view, so we can't really conduct surface raiding operations. Gonna need a separate fleet to handle that, I suppose. It's a good thing that we do have a maritime patrol wing in the area, so we have a better idea of where the enemy fleets are gonna be coming from. Problem is, we can't really take advantage of anything because of the what do you call it? We can't really fully take advantage of that because we don't have enough anti-ship capability to deal with most of their surface forces. No, if only we had access to naval bombers, but unfortunately Zeon does not have naval bombers at all. We haven't captured any Dawn escargot bombers from any Federation airfields we managed to reach. This is not going well for our attacking units. We've already got the 13th Mobile Suit Regiment still not moving. We need to move that guy up. Oh, available land route to this province. What? Oh, they got left behind here. Uh, that's a naval port. Space supply network permission? What? What the hell are they talking about? It's everybody moving up now for 13th mobile, third rapid reaction force. Unfortunately, because we're deploying most of our ground forces, or rather most of our space forces to planetside operations, most of the colony, or rather space colonies, are now empty. Supply issues here in Abaku as well. Now, if the enemy's occupation forces just suddenly start running rapidly outside of our planetside formations in space, we're gonna lose some colonies and have few, if any, options for engaging or counter-engaging any breakaway colonies. I mean, we can probably recruit more mobile suit divisions, but in that case, I might have to switch over to all adult serve, and I don't feel like I want to do that right now. Not with our resources being as bottlenecked as they are. I'll just have to make the most of what we have. Probably reinforce whatever is still available. Not looking too hot in South America either. Oh, but apparently we've already got positions in South America. Alright, that's a unit that has landed into South America and captured Rio de Janeiro and just needing friendly forces to arrive and reinforce it. These guys are too low on the org chart since they just arrived. So we'll have to expand and prevent the bottleneck from being a bit of an issue here. Where do we go? We could attack Sao Paulo for the naval base, I suppose. We can go to Vitória instead. Everybody else is still moving up. Sending the rest of the units up and towards Sao Paulo. Oop. Civilian factories. Oh, looks like they lost most of their defenses here on the south side, so that's going to be helpful for resourcing. I just need more radar, some sort of anti-air capability, expand the capabilities of the aircraft here, get some more logistics back on the roadways, expand the infrastructure because this is really awful right now. Hopefully they don't send in reinforcements traveling all the way down here, Rio Sao Paulo area, because we still have the mortar division coming down here. Gonna take them a while to arrive. By a while, I mean almost a week. It's just beautiful. See these markers? That's convoys getting blown up by enemy Federation surface forces. Fortunately, since we don't have enough ships, we can't really deal with them. We've only got 3 flotillas on patrol. Fortunately, yep, that's the Mexican coast getting blanked up. Western seaboard still on patrol. Got 51 minefields already, and the enemy still has no sign of getting hit. And most of the Federation air superiority capability is getting driven over here. It's a wonky fight. Supply efficiency is down. I'm gonna send the 7th and 27th motorized back again for a resupply. I really can't leave the Port Said area, mostly because I'm still afraid about invasion forces landing there. So here's hoping that the infrastructure issue works a bit better. Getting banged up here, not good. We got air support, which makes it a bit harder to hold the line. I can't afford to send one of these forward mobile suits back because of... hold on a second. I can probably send a 26 motorized to flank that area since we can still hold this position. Apparently some of the armor got pushed out. It's 2 lines now, but the enemy still has air superiority to boot, which makes it extremely difficult to deal with their air support. Right, that's a push out, but supply issues are a pain to deal with. I could choose to go up into Oregon and try to expand our naval presence there while also knocking out enemy aircraft capabilities. I can drive further up and attack Seattle in the process, but wonder. That's a single task force, 4 ships awaiting repairs. And there's also the issue with the Federation fleet heading here in the south. We can probably afford to clear out Oregon then. Just need to push forces up a bit. Driving them up here should be a bit easier. Wait, what? Wait, let's check it a step at a time then. There's Federation Army formation here. In the Idaho, northern Utah area. Just one more Utah province is under Federation control. But I don't have any forces I can spare to clean that up. We'll probably hold 6th MS Gelgo Division here. Send to attack the last province of Utah and hopefully keep these Federation units out. Luna 2 unit? He survived? I thought I wiped those guys out already. Yep, here we go, supply issues again. I need to expand the lines here. A lot of the infrastructure out east are still pretty much under construction. You'd expect the Federation to be making beeline for this at the start of the mission, but I guess the deindustrialization debuff that the Federation gets for this game means that lots of their infrastructure and rail line capacities are reduced significantly. These guys from the 15th Mobile Corps are having a hard time climbing through the mountains by the looks of it. Entrenchment and... what does Mikhail Kolmat have? Anyway, he's Trickster, Panzer Leader, Panzer Expert, and Guerrilla Fighter. General Gaddam still needs to learn Invader and Panzer Leader. despite the fact that he's using mobile suits and armor. A bit of a bang up here. Oh, he lost a couple of lost a couple of mobile suits on the way. What do we lose? 13 support equipment, 14. 2 infantry companies. Make it 3. Yeah, we lost some of those mobile suits. 2 of the goof heavy arms type as well. Goku shield, heat saber. Fire tanks, a couple of armored trucks. These guys definitely aren't suited for mountain warfare. Fourth Marine Combat Brigade stopped advancing 2 provinces short of the naval base in Oregon because they ran out of organization. I guess we'll have to send these guys forward and try to block these troops off. And friendly air support bombing that to crap. This part of the front cleared out. I think it is a good time to try and encircle these forces and knock them out. Although they have the advantage of being behind a river, so that means they can't really lose much. 3rd Marine Combat Brigade is still out here in the New Mexico area, just looking across the border to Chihuahua. 3rd Jaeger Infantry Division are in eastern New Mexico and looking across to Texas. The other one, as we all know, 4th Marine Brigade is up here, just waiting to get full organization to move up. By the looks of it, the Federation's 3rd Armored Division moving to Seattle. We'll have to wait for these guys from the 15th Mobile Corps to resupply, and then we'll have to push them up again. Can't tell if these guys from the Operation Odessa 43rd Armored Division are going to push down. Sure hope they don't. We don't have enough armored units to deal with them. In that case, send these guys over here to provide spearheading operations for some of these land attacks while the mobile suits act as follow-on units. More boats and probably some surface combatants are going to be coming in. Oh, is it a win? No, it's a loss. We lost one convoy that was being escorted by our some of our mobile suits. At least 3 of the convoys got away, and Flanagan has already learned Spotter, which makes it easier to detect enemy vessels coming in and out of the waterways. Fortunately, we can't take advantage of that just yet because we still do not have the numbers that could sufficiently clear out Federation forces in the area. Well, at least Detroff Coastal has Blockade Runner and Ironside now. He still needs to learn Seawolf and Fleet Protector, I suppose. Make it easier for the convoys to be cleaned up. There. Just a bit more, we should be able to clean that up. I think I'm gonna send the 4th Marine Detachment back here to the naval base and send these guys from the 13th, 15th Mobile Corps to take over from the front line. and have both of them drive in. You guys are going to be holding back after taking over that armored formation. Overrun. Perfect. Now have control of Portland as well. Sending you guys over to this part, eastern Portland, so we can control the mountains east of the capital. We just have to set up the logistics lines here. Probably should put a supply base, rather expand the supply base in Portland. And get some railways rolling as well. Taking a while to get these railways connected, unfortunately. Shoot. Forgot about South Africa. How's the thing? How the thing going over there? What? It's taking a while for them to arrive. And Africa is still in a state of serious desupply issues, as well as air superiority problems. I can't drive to Tobruk just yet. Still need for the new formations to arrive so we can push over here. Libya waiting just over there. We can attack towards Saudi Arabia first for the oil. Wait, these guys not have more oil. What? That's it? 23 oil units? Which one is this? We're killing aces, that's a good thing. Now we have the option to move to Sao Paulo as well. Still cannot activate the Cyclops team for some reason. Don't know, it's because I forgot to do the Earth invasion option via decisions. But that's a likely issue. Sending over more boats and various mobile suits to support the naval or rather the patrol submarine fleets. Come on, man. What? Oh, some of the other fleets might have been too damaged to support that. Get anybody? Nope. Still not able to score any mine kills. We haven't successfully scored any surface actions at all. And by surface actions, I mean sinking enemy surface vessels and capital ships. Very least, we're protecting some of the convoys. And air superiority is lost again. Might have air superiority here. Ah, because they're all too busy supporting air ops over northern Egypt. Limassol, Cyprus. Not enough anti-air capability to deal with this interceptor force over here on the south side of Egypt either. So where do we drive from here? It's an enemy submarine force attaching for repairs. We couldn't sink it in time, which is a bit of an issue. Supplies and reinforcements. We've already reduced the numbers of dockyards working on space fleets for now. We still need more to upgrade and repair those that are already in action up on the front. Probably upgrade some of these designs, to be honest. This one's already upgraded. But these Zock also fully upgraded. Gog also upgraded. Standard Zock also upgraded. I think they're all actually upgraded now. And we're just gonna have to wait until surface forces become available, and then we can I know Africa is suffering from some serious supply issues right now. South America also issuing some supply problems. Motorize some of those lines. Unless the motorized division arrive, we can't expand our supply network here. Going to be a bit of a problem in the long run. Hopefully it won't be that big of an issue, actually. The other problem is that our training time has been increased, mostly because of requirements. So, all things considered, we might have to... What else can we do besides expand our troop production further? Why are these areas locked? These are supposed to be capital regions, right? Why are there production slots locked like that? How long until... Right, just a week and then the Himalaya Kai will be available for production. Most of our boats are still stuck under repairs in forward bases. Should probably expand our naval bases here as well. Naval base up. Max. Supply line should have a bigger network connection here. Here. Naval force, yes. The force there. How about stronghold networks? Can't build anything out there. Radar? Set up a radar in Oregon. We need to push further though. If we want to take over the entirety of the state. And pull up and secure it. But we've captured the airfield here as well. That should weaken their air coverage in this area. And just these two provinces to deal with. Get some anti-air up. Okay. I'm pushing you guys here and you guys here. So that's the 5th Airborne Group's 25th Mobile Assault Regiment. Enemy armor suffering some armored issues. Now we expand the supply rail yards. It's gonna take a while for the supply lines to show up. Thankfully, with enough civilian factories available, we should have no issues expanding there. Now we have the entirety of the state of Oregon in our control. I don't remember Idaho being this mountainous, though. Alright, that's a bit of an issue. This area here is a freaking open gap. I could probably move some of the guys from portside duties up to try and fill some of the gaps here. I'm still afraid of naval invasion opportunities, especially in this area which has no naval coverage. You still need the 3rd and 4th Light Airborne regiments to be available to support this area just in case any invasion operations happen. Speaking of light airborne, Kansas seems to be fairly open. He killed another ace. Perfect. How about here in South America? Armored formation, yes, perfect. Let's expand the capabilities of armored formation now. Is everybody on plants already? 3rd, 4th, 5th. 15th Mobile Suit Regiment is up in Sao Paulo. 8th Motorized here. Oh, these guys haven't arrived yet. Sending you guys over to conduct garrison duties while everybody else moves up. Seeing the 3rd Motorized to Vitoria, 4th Motorized to Belo Horizonte, 5th Motorized will push over to that radar station. 15th. The 15th is already on garrison duty, so they're not moving. 8th Motorized should over to this side. 9th Motorized here. Or the garrison troops. 22nd Motorized should try and break through to Curitiba, or probably push back the 76th Army Division. What the heck? Why is there an armor formation there? Attacking from 2 fronts. Oh, it's one of the guys that survived the attack. The rear. Or rather, the landing forces coming in from space. Why is it always Egypt? Is currently undecided. I think I'm gonna send out these guys from the 14th to provide support to the assault, and then they'll have to return to garrison work after that. That should expand things a bit more. Fortunately, their supply situation is so laughably bad. It's gonna take a while for things to stabilize. Already in Panama. Paraguay, rather. We are. Himalaya high class is ready for go. 53% of the Federation in our control. Okay, no. Potion, and that's another ace kill. Perfect. Can build a new carrier force. Hangar space would be nice. Get this hangar space already. Tech armor, yes. Get some tech armor. Air cable. Radar. Air engine. Ship secondaries. Now, what do we here? This one, right? 1 year? Kidding me? What else can we put into production? Oh, the mud lines. Attack's not going too well here near Sao Paulo. Can I attack it from this side then? Those guys have to retreat. They're already out of supply. Well entrenched and still have a better supply condition than we do. Looks like we have no choice but to reduce the distance of movement. We can't move forward with that many supply issues to deal with. So we'll keep our front lines as thin as possible. Hopefully enemy armor won't be much obliged to try and flank us again. Expanding service areas. Their set of aces promoted. Getting attacks from North America again. That's just an infantry formation on the way. How do we go about with this? Our main issue now is trying to get more ships up. While the land forces try as much as possible to hold. Can't send reinforcements to those guys yet. Fine. Send them to the small group. Try to regroup most of the forces once we've secured. Once we've secured most of the western seaboard, we're gonna reorganize our submarine forces. Time being, we'll send them to whichever patrol fleet needs reinforcing. Here, killing aces one after another, and I think that's a good thing. I'll keep them out of. Can I seriously not do Earth drop operations anymore? I just want to conduct paratroop, or rather, spaceborne landings, dude. On Space Force. Fine. Don't want to have your way. Most of our losses in supply are coming from Africa. It's been a bit of a drain, really. Right, we're pushing west and making a bit of more of an opening here in the north so that their supply lines are cut off even further. Open a path for the attacking, or rather for any attacking force to arrive. Just waiting for the Desert MS division to be available and send them out front. What's going on in North America? Jeanette. That's it. I'm sending one of the motorized detachments from the 8th Land Fleet to provide gap filling ops. And another ace promotion up front there. Probably provide some assignments for aces up on this area. Should be good. This one. Got a lot of aces up there. We're losing aircraft fast and hard because of the enemy air superiority. Let's return to Alexandria base. While the heavy elements of the 27th Motorized attempt to break to south of Tobruk, and the 28th makes a beeline for Tobruk itself. Excellent. Tobruk is now under our control. That limits their supply lines here on the west side a bit. Though they still have a lot of naval forces to work. Plus, that's going to open up some positions for us. Is there anything we can use? It's locked out part of the Western Desert at all? Not. Whoops. Like we ran out on that one. That'd be a bit of a loss. Dominica. This is a good position as any to hold, but the enemy's already sending in most of their aircraft here. Benghazi. Hang on a second. And that's a killed ace from our side. Great, just great. You lose him. And your base pilot. Ugh, one of the newer guys to boot. Good Baron Barotzi. Get a new ways to take over. And I'll take care of that, I suppose. Never mind. Losing aircraft left and right. Our anti-air capabilities are also limited. I need some radar positions here as well. Expanding radar coverage helps through. Some right. There is no railway connection from here to Tobruk. Something is definitely not right there. We are doing some numbers on the Sinai Jerusalem line thanks to the fact that the enemy's aircraft are too focused over Egypt. A lot of noise. Next part of the line. Another heavy naval engagement here up front. Capital ships. What? Oh. Right. Large, the Mad Angler class is considered a capital ship. We did manage to take out 2 of their GM Aquas and 2 of their fisheyes for this engagement, but I wish we can take out some of their surface forces as well. Let's sub you over to the 2nd Amphibious Mobile Group. How many forces do we have on board? 95! 95 boats and ships are under repair or waiting for spots in repair, actually. And they took a Portland again. Get those ciphers out on the front. And we'll start decrypting the next line afterwards. Run over to Victoria for this one now. These guys are going to be holding this point for the time being. People. Parts of Idaho here on the south side are still under Federation control. Probably drive through to that now. Taking these guys 2 sides. The motorized division attempts to attack the armor. Not going so hot, that one. Issues all around. You would expect the Federation to handle this by now. No decent infrastructure, most of the rail lines are incomplete. Laughable. Simply laughable. Like, I know I'm playing just level instead of the higher ones, but this is annoyingly funny. Oh, they still managed to fail expanding territory, or rather expanding the infrastructure. Going here. No, that's different. That's fine. Yeah, supply issues, terrain issues, the fact that we have anti or rather effective formation. We have an enemy that has an effective anti-armor formation. They also have an initiative boost. Very least, Von Cuspin has already reached the combined arms expert level. That's going to be a boost to offensive somewhat. We still have to worry about the fact that the mobility is hampered here in the mountainside. The surface force is still repairing. Everybody in the first escort flotilla is still repairing. Not everybody. Just the main vessel Gubaran. Engage Zatopek. Sank Cameron Bay. The only one in the surface fleet that had any kills, so maybe not. The Quasine actually has. Was it Boran sank one escort destroyed it. Right. Since the submarine forces have the western seaboard so far, redeploying the first escort flotilla. Oh wait, we'll have to wait until the repairs are complete. Still not done repairing. Another one way to support this mobile. Send you up to the mobile instead. Tough going here in Wyoming so far. Right, that should deal with it. Sending over these guys in 13th Autonomous Corps to attack from the other flank now. Can't wait for the refill forces to arrive though. Can't exactly. We still have a lot of holes to fill. We could probably send these guys from 13th up to send to this part of the line. A strategic redeployment movement can be faster. South America front. Oh, attacking forces here. Isle Fleming? Ah, boy. They got an armor formation there. Expanding our rail line positioning from this point on, which is going to be a bit pain. Probably gonna have to moderate some of these formations already. I mean, I already some south area to need more lines of communication and supply to make movement a bit easier. The Federation forces seem to be having a hard time going still now. Escort flotilla is still in repair mode. Can't really do much about that part. Naval protection is still a heavy load to probably detach and make us. No, I need 50 ships to a flotilla. I know that's oversized. It's time to rename these guys the first escort fleet. They're a large formation now. 2, Everybody I can send over for reinforcement just yet, since they're all in active combat. Oh. Looks like we're cutting through the disparity in naval forces here in western seaboard at least. Ace promoted. They're running away or what? They are. That should allow new units. Send some over to the 2nd Amphibious Mobile. Guys are going. Guys are going to be supporting amphibious. Guys are going to be coming over. Yes. So the first escort flotilla are still in air mode. Way around. It's taking a while. How long is this going to be? Base promote. Why do I have 10? Oh, it's just these two. Stability would be nice. We're losing stability because of the bombings. And there's... what else is an issue? Resistance movement is really doing a number on stability as well. We have to deal with that fast. Finally. Desert MS Division. What the heck are you guys doing here? I thought I told you guys to deploy in North Africa. It's like in North Africa first. And yet, no, I cannot deploy in North Africa. Guess we'll have to do this hard. Need somebody who's good at Africa Desert Hole. Cusco Ale, a 6th Division. Clamp would be nice, but he's an infantry officer, so that doesn't. And Makuve is for defense operations with Campbell is also a defense command. Not sure. Vega. Johnny? No, I don't think I want to deploy Johnny for desert operations. He doesn't seem like the type. Fish Donahue would be nice. Recon this as well. Vega. Denim, nope. Andy, nope. Don, nope. Adamski, Dale, Carlos, can I carry it? Kelly. Lala would be interesting, but she works best with new type mobile suits, so she should be in a freshman. Asha, Invader, Old Guard, Guard Base Command. Mulligan, but he doesn't have anything, so it's Dorota. Gene Slender, Dimitri, Tol, and oh, guess we got no choice. I'm sending Vish Donahue down. It's the Africa front and again. America, South America, Australia. Guessing this is Africa? Yes. Sending you guys over to Africa, then drop you down. Egypt, still a bit of an issue with air superiority on the side of the Federation. We still don't have enough space to handle most of the other fighters. Hey, captured a mongoose. One mongoose, in fact. Not much use to us now. To wait for that to arrive. South America is currently still a bit of a joke, as supplies are still badly banged up. Supply lines are also off as well. Should send some mobile suits out here to keep our lines from being cut off. Probably should send an mission here soon. Supply lines broken still. You can't send supplies back home for some reason. I have no idea why it's connection to the capital. It's right there. Seriously not getting any supplies down here. Can't be right. Should I expand the naval base here then? The naval base is already expanded. What they need right now is a supply hub. Doesn't have options for that. Is the first escort fleet still repairing? What the heck is taking these guys so long? One Zock against a ton of suits, and we've already lost the convoy that it's escorting. That's useless. Just have to push out then. Not only damaged the boat, made a repair. It did manage to sink one Aqua GM. And naval superiority is going down again. See, because most of our suits are being outnumbered by their mobile suits. Don't give me a hope. Keep showing sinking service vessels, but the only thing we're taking down are enemy mobile suits. South America looks like they're trying to push in again. Get back to Rio to resupply. Some event. We lost another ace. Definitely North Africa. Losing planes faster than we can deploy them. Who do we lose? Wait, we just lost. Oh, Principal Polk, one of the older veterans in the area. How many aces have we lost in this war so far? We have lost 1, 6, 7, 8, 8 aces. Surprisingly low ace losses, despite the fact that the enemy has a serious advantage in numbers there. Master P. Rayer. Where's your GMs? Uh-oh, that's not a good sign. We're sending extra armor to deal with us. Supply line's still a bit of an issue out here in North Africa. Can't really push up further than The attack in South Africa is faltering. South America, rather. They're gonna try and push us out of there, aren't they? Guess we have no other choice but to retreat western parts of Sao Paulo and try to stabilize our lines first. Rotating personnel isn't exactly helpful when we don't exactly have a lot of options for supplies. Reinforcements. 98 ships are currently in need of repair. Rather, 98 ships and boats. Well, majority of them are boats in need of repair, but still. Second flotilla still out. Come on. Taking those ships so long to that ship so long to repair. Oh, did he get caught up? Tell me he didn't get caught up in that. Just waiting for these guys to fix themselves up. 94.2%. Lots of aces coming up. Things aren't looking too hot for us either. Right, we did manage to push. We keep managing to push them in and out, but things. Dockyards too. I do have enough dockyards. What the heck are they talking about? Enemy air superiority, we still cannot clean them up. We need to take out the airbase here in Derna so that they will be forced to push some of their fighters out. That would require somebody to get thrown out from here. Wait a second. Alright, you guys. We're already down on the ground. Excellent. Sending over the 23rd Mobile Support to push a bit further here. It'll take them how long to arrive? 10 days? That's a lot. About these guys with the Desert MS division, why do they still have these? Well, they are Desert Zakus, so. Fine, Desert MS division, yeah, the Desert Zakus. So, Desert Gelgoogs don't want. Units. Douage? No. Double Tank Division will be arriving in it. 11 April, so just a couple more days, and then we can have somebody driving up this area, starting the attack on guys, not Africa, I meant to say Texas. Still needing to fix themselves. submarine. I'm just gonna send you to third. Flying lines are in a serious bit of issue here. At least it looks like it's stabilized a bit up here. Why is there nobody trying to get them? Simultaneous repeat. 10, oh, that's 17 ships. 17, 18. Angeli, so need 16, 17. Oh, I need to expand the naval forces here. Having a bit of a bottleneck in this part of town. Already under construction. Already complete. Doesn't look like there's a second one. Okay, Wyoming, that part is still under control. Oh. Oklahoma fighters. Now, the Oklahoma Air National Guard's handling that. No airports we can use. Cover the southwest region. Expand our air coverage there then. Setting up an air base here in New Mexico. Radar is already up and I guess set an air base in Oregon. Need more lines of ground supply for the attacking mobile suits first. Pushing out into Seattle. Further into Washington State. Just send one mobile suit out. Let's see. And Oregon. South Africa, no, South America is still a bit. It's not good. Cut off parts of our formation here south. I have 2 army divisions in Sao Paulo. Too cleared away that we could probably protect this part well. First Desert MS Division. Yeah. At least they'll be here in the next 18 hours, so that's a next line. Joining us. Oh. 30th Motorrad Division is up and ready. Who needs support? I mean, we can deploy it with the land fleet still. Maybe so we should send it to a separate ground formation. Armor from send somebody who's too much to move. Units. Hard. Sending Dorota up. With the joint. Change your logos as well. Ink. And recognize attempting sending the 18th mechanized over to south. Gonna try to cut off America from the Mexican border. Send you anything else that needs research. Good. The only thing that actually needs research now are assault fortress mobile suits, but I cannot deploy them since I don't have assault on Jabro thing just yet. America is a beat out now because of supply issues. They can't really effectively attack and defend at the same time. So there you go. Cut him off. Back here, and the just already. Oh, okay. He's just sick. Sick for a month, thankfully. They're pretty fresh, so they're gonna be heading out on the front. Time being. We just need to get the supplies fixed up, and things should be easier after then. Expand the capabilities. Thank you. Infrastructure still in pipe. Desert is not what? Okay, that was a serious typo. Confused me a bit. Can't set up a radar section here. Control. So I just want to get through with 3 frontline functions here. We'll have to wait until Vish has recovered his health before we push further up. It's expensive. And unless we can supply the unless we can stabilize the supply considered situation here, we can't exactly push further up. They sent out nice formations, but they're not. We have full armor upgrade. I'll just have to wait until everything else is stabilized. I don't want to move up mostly because of terrain. How long are they gonna take? Okay. They're not built for these kinds of terrain suits. Railways are taking their sweet time up. Some more reserve ships. Stay up to the 4th. Nobody else is in action and can't deploy there. What the heck? Oh, there's crap that overloaded. Or at least I think we're already sinking most of their heavier vessels, or rather most of their multiplier mobile suits. Once those are done, we can easily handle their surface vessel capabilities. Not much of an issue there. support the fourth once we get 50, 50, 50, 50 and all. Definitely not good. And let's send those guys back. So we are allowed to retreat and just switching them over. Supply position is absolutely terrible. Valkyrie is also suffering from supply issues because we can't really transfer supply effectively there. Hey, detached ships. And oh, what? Why are they down? Oh, down to 8 mines? Sorry? Nothing crew armor done. I want to upgrade my just to all or nothing because that's gonna slow it significantly. There's the Alberta Kai line that's increase the production cost. Gonna reduce max speed, but it reduced HP significantly. Yep, I don't think I want to do that. Let's leave it at that. Speed is armor at this rate. Slower speed is only gonna hurt them. Played 9 mines. Haven't done any damage whatsoever. Things seem to be pushing through. So that's it. To be clear. Try to circle around and block off these guys, yes. The other 29th. How many more of them coming in? Yeah, two more of the HQ units, 2 more tank divisions. And we just have 2 play issues. The Washington State Columbia Board Air Base in Washington. Guys are currently pocketed. Better entrenched. Their supply issues are a problem. Attacks in South America going all. I wish the supply lines are stable though. Federation. Okay, now that is an issue. Federation has access to ciphers now. That's going to make things difficult for us next month as they manage to get bonuses in offensive capability. gonna try and do a circle around in Nebraska, and we try to block off the 35th armor. More aces. Well, Special Duties Group are still moving, at least. Expanding further east. Just as the way Mum liked it. We try to cut them off with our mobile armor formations. What is Chihuahua? Chaos is in sight. Trying to push a little further in while we wait for the 29th, 18th mechanized to form up. No. We have 2 new submarine forces here, ready to be moved into the next mobile group. Numbers of enemy service vessels being able to deploy here are getting diminished slowly but surely, making it easier for submarine forces to deploy. We still have access to a good number of reserves, and that's going to be an issue until we manage to get more surface vessels out. Reminds me, Bayran still out. Gonna take a bit more to get them fixed. Everything researched now. Everything but the Jaburo MS. Much as they have an advantage in surface vessels and capital ships, they can't really leverage that since we're using a good deal of submarine-capable units. So most of their surface vessels really can't do much. Meanwhile, our subs can just drive in and knock out some of their godless cruisers. 315 Tetra Fleet Anti-Air 255, or Anti-Air is 283. 12,000 in torpedo capability. Guns is only down to 3. Light guns, though, 1,008. Most of the damage are coming from the torpedoes, though. No, they're not doing anything. It's the depth charge. What? Positioning, a bit of an advantage there. This is taking too long. Ships up on. Ooh, sweet. New surface vessel ready to transfer. Should go here. Ah, another Guilib. Perfect. All Alberta class heavy cruisers up and ready to go. Just needing for the Guayran to be completely repaired first. Gotta knock out some of their naval ports here inside as well. Houston, is it that? South America still holding on despite the fact that the supply lines are still awfully bad. So send some guys back home, get better supplies. having trouble with their supply lines as well, though. It's a bit of an advantage. He's still sick. Thankfully, it's just a bit. Once he's done recuperating, going to take the airbase here in Derna, send the 27th to cover the south flank, and the Desert MS Division further south. Hopefully that should be enough to keep some of our lines of communication clean. How is the supply issue still a problem here? I send some more squad tracks in. He is inbound. What? Where's our air cover? Where the hell are our pilots? Supply issue doing the number thing here? Lost another ace in the frontline ops. It's time. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh wait, no, this is an... Well, I thought it was one of the aces. I can't do anything about that for now. North America. Idaho? I honestly don't want to rush into that mountain position here. Rather push down to what is. Texas awaits. We can get a link to the Gulf of Mexico. Things might be a bit easier. They're still not done. They're not moving at all. Since the occupation in Colorado. Engagement on the western seaboard. How many freaking carriers do you have out there? "17 new mines have been laid, but they're not doing anything." Third. Taking these guys so long. Engagement close quarters. Close to shore, in fact. Air group battle line screening. Ah, they got away again. No movement in South Africa, thankfully. Supply lines are still a bit foggy, though. Pushed out of the heat, okay. Pushing in further now. Takes care of one of their air bases. Gonna need more armored formations to try and... Oh. That should keep fish out of their work, wherever defense work. And we'll just have to wait until the extra armored formations arrive. And that's gonna take up a bit more. 11 June, so it's apply for the HQ Tank Division, late June. Training time is getting really quite slow. Our interceptors are not doing anything. What's Medea doing? Supposed to be conducting supply drop operations, or just... this is where strategic bombing is. I don't see any of our Medea, or rather any of our big bombers conducting anything. Anything in neutral USA. Apparently we still have air superiority there. The air units are getting disrupted heavily, and gonna send over somebody to Colorado, New Mexico aircraft superiority. Yet another one. Time to surround them. We'll send these guys over to the western end of Texas. Hopefully that'll keep the enemy busy. Wait for mobile armor support to take care of this area. Drive to Dallas and then to Houston. Bit of a mobile support issue here. Get me some extra lanes. A supply hub if I can. Not. What do we... that's another ace out of fight. You got a kill on that ace, though. Where are you guys going? Towards Wyoming. Wyoming also. Sending the 20th Mobile Suit Regiment to Kansas. Goes inbound. I should be going here. The 1st Mobile Armor Division is going to be here. Another counter ace kill. Doing a lot of work here in Egypt. Even though we have a disadvantage in air superiority. At the very least, we can manage to push them a bit further up. Capturing Benghazi base might provide us a bit more time to get supplies, but with so few units available to deploy further west, it's going to be tough going. Can't afford to lose the southern end here because we're going to lose Cairo and Alexandria if that's the case. The heck? And here go pretty complete. This part here is still building. As well as here. Still moving. 2 new reserve ships have arrived. Both of them actually reserve boats. Going to the 4th. naval engagement here, and most of their surface forces have already run away. No enemy mobile armor, and there's just one, or rather 10 destroyers. That part of the line. Ace promoted. Not doing anything to their heavy ships at all. But we're chasing them. Hopefully we can actually score some kills this time. Ace is being promoted. Breaking off the disparity in enemy surface vessel with the number of mobile armor and suits we have. Sinking mobile suits. Actually, we've already seen so many of their mobile suits at sea, but what the heck are their surface mobile suits? Not exactly going well here. Unless that sound we're hearing is actually enemy mobile suit activity behind the lines. I sure hope that's not the case. Not really in good positions for suit defense right now. Why is taking these boats so long to get fixed? Overloading, huh? 30th is already out in action. And the first escort fleet is already out in action. And another enemy ace is out of action. So it's running around. I don't like this. Promotion. Got somebody coming down from something. It's still under supply strain. My DLI. What? East coast of Missouri, and then there's Kansas. It always confuses me why Kansas City is in Missouri and Kansas State is right next to it. That was interesting to know. Sunk. Suits in the area, I can't do anything with that. Really need more surface and subsurface forces to work here. Our surface forces aren't exactly doing much. Our screening efficiencies are also terrible. More aces? No! That's the third ace in 2 weeks that we've lost so far. South America doesn't seem to be going too hot either. once we can actually fix our logistics issues here, most of the lines are still cut. Most of the rail lines still need expanding. Thankfully, the Federation has not ever so kindly kept forces at bay, so that makes things a bit easier. And it can actually expand forces faster. In Oklahoma, which is planet. That is Oklahoma. Mission is a 2nd Desert MS Division. You are joining a 3rd Spore Force. Make your way down to planet side, please. Thank you. It's the oh, dang it. Supply issue is keeping our forces from effectively moving up. Just have to rush some of these nations with these guys. Push them off the ridge so that we can soften up things for defending lines, and then once we get the other Desert MS Division up, I'm gonna send them over to try and push towards the airbase in Benghazi as well as Benghazi Naval Base. Try to get this area here so that we can have fewer forces. There's fewer forces to defend, while Desert MS formations move further into Tripoli. To reorg some of these guys. I'm not seeing anything as far as amphibious are concerned, so I'm sending these guys from the 24th Prize to push over to the side, try to flank Benghazi. Sign here in South Africa, rather South America. Thankfully, the Great Pacific Beach Bash is going well, doing numbers against their attack fleets here in the Western Seaboard. So, next issue is how to stop them from our vessels here. 290? How many ships have they built? Ooh, first success in a while, we managed to sink an enemy surface ship. Got a missile destroyer. Should be health bonuses. Always. And meanwhile, is still trying damn this to get through. Okay, that's going to be surface force of the starting seed of a new fleet. Wait until extra forces are available and deploy the 2nd mobile fleet down here in the Mexican west coast. On patrol and raiding operations, I suppose. Yes, I know we are aircraft in West Africa, rather Egypt. Well, it's coming along. Still building. Wait, no, they're complete. I need to get them up. These guys are currently in need of support there. My issue has been absolutely fading. Moving through to the hillside. Trains to logistic strikes. That's a lot of friendly buildings bomb. Too many of these planes. He's promoted again. What's taking a mobile suit division so long to arrive? Sending 3 then. Master Pierce Rayer, you are one tenacious ace. I have to concede that. Oh no, desert. And a sandstorm. Ah, it's a boot. Yep, they're deploying aircraft from the San Benghazi Air Base to try and intercept our fighters. We need to secure that and cut them off so that their air options will be much more limited. And fresh formations have arrived. That's the third element we can use for the 18th Mechanized Group, yes. To be strategically redeployed. Missile formation here. Let's start taking over most of Texas, shall we? Another enemy ace killed in return for our aces being killed as well. Attacks on the Africa front not going too well. Shock tactics were stopped by ambush formations. Just need to knock out their... Oh, perfect. Need to get to the Benghazi base. Yep, engaging on the western seaboard again. Only got 11 screening ships left in that formation. Looks like we did a good deal of damage to most of their heavier capital ships. We still need more forces though. There. Can't deploy them in these other formations because they're currently heavily engaged. Right, that should be enough time to burst. Full research slots available. Since we don't have access to Baku suits just yet, can't do much about that. What attack doing? We have a serious advantage due they've only got infantry in the area. He's got Ironside Fleet Protector as well. And Blockade Runner. What else is he learning? Space Experts he will spot a Spear Tactician. Just a bit more. Combat with 14 against 18. No wonder we're taking a while to move up. It's everybody coming up now. Time to expand separately. A formation. Let's go. I'm gonna cut these guys off as well. Benghazi is now under our control, so that should cut off some of their supply lines. Where the hell is that guy? What's taking him so long? Oh, it's in attack mode? Oh. Towards enemy territory. Oh, because we pushed in. Right. About that part. Well, if we can cut him off. Exactly an easy proposition, considering that these guys are down on org. Not supply, weather's terrible. Prioritize this line as well. Structure upgrade, thank you. Radar. Air. I have to wait for these guys to arrive. Can try and surround, maybe? Cut them off from their own supply lines? Ah, finally. Whatever resources you have to attack them from the corners, there you go. That's... Seriously? I've already cut off most of their air. They moved to Cyprus. Konya. The Canese. Great. And they shot down en route to target. The commander. Play tactic countered by shock. And we lost another ace in this glorious struggle. Oh, whatever. Or where that came from. And thankfully, we're getting an increase in manpower. His son liar. Is there something about his name? I think this is a dig or something. Overwhelming fire versus infiltration itself. Fuel's going down. At the very least, we did manage to push up and support the armored formations. There's another attack in South America. My lines are banging up pretty badly here. Another ace lost. Quite the struggle there in North Africa, by the looks of it. This should ease up our supply lines a bit further, yes? Training formations, let's put these mobile units back. Africa is failing. Time to drive. The supply line issue is a problem later. Hey, okay, that's not good. We have overwhelming fire, but we have supply issues that is making it much more difficult to defend the area. More propaganda for support. What the? 67 convoys? That's why. They've been eating our convoys after another. In that case, expanding production rapidly now. We still have a lot of naval ports we can use. You know, Bleeding Wonder, things were looking kind of grim as far as supply lines were concerned. Convoys were down. Which definitely means we need to stop them blocking our convoy routes here, here, and here. Right, cipher is complete. Pushing into Africa now. Africa. Texas should be fully controlled in a bit. Just need to drive a little further in. There was a bit of a gap there. By the looks of it, they don't have much in terms of capability for landing operations, so I made the executive decision to send you guys over here. Well, to start pushing southwards a bit. Why is the attack failing? Why is the attack failing? And they're overrun. Perfect. Well, results, that's not a good sign. We lost one of our main submarines in that engagement. Dang it. Honor and 5 vessels, but most of them are subs. 27 screening ships. 3 cruisers. That's pretty much it. You got our convoys out. We only have 9. Enough for trade, not enough for supply. Unless we can get our visa out. Supply issue is insanely bad. Freaking desert. Here. Guys, here. Push units out. That's the second motorized. Meaning the 18th mechanized for this one. Now you're gonna be headed for Dallas. Supply lines are still broken. so we have to make connections swiftly. Make a landing from the coast. It's the rest of the board out. Matamoros 1, 2. Paratroopers. Sending you up to flank them outside of Juarez. Surround Juarez and then take it for ourselves. Hopefully we're gonna get some more out of that. But no convoys! We have 7 convoys and they're getting banged up pretty badly. Link up complete. Gotta cut them off once and for all. Good. Perfect. Attack here. This is just outside San is going. Dallas is now. We have a 54% advantage. Supply lines are badly banged up. Not enough coins to make up. We need to stop those convoy raiders from getting through. Strike. Second one. Can't use that for screening just yet, though. So you open first. Eyes are still an issue. That annoys me no end. Sending over to Houston. It's Louisiana territory. Yet. Going down to that air base on the south side. Drive through Oklahoma. Gonna try to push up from there, huh? San Antonio is in our control. Some gaps here and there. And the paratroopers fill some of that up. Supply issue being as it is, may be extremely annoying trying to fill things up. Engagement again. You can't sink them. Again, Africa is under heavy air combat. This is getting really annoying. I can't push through. Since the supply issue is a problem, we can't exactly effectively snuff out their air forces in the area either. So what do we do? And they can handle it probably. I need more convoys is what I need. We only have one convoy left. So need for this one. My suggestion, logistics fulfillment is also down. Convoys are the issue, because the Federation keeps slapping out our convoys through these areas. I don't know if I can afford to concede these positions to place. Especially with how expansive we've taken most of Western North America. To the main. We'll have to power through if we want to survive this. Why is 45th not trolling? Just escort. Those aren't even doing anything. Augusta base in Cape Canaveral. That's just nice. Supply issues were not exactly driving easily here. I should be taking up most of our other supply lines. I don't like that sound. Out of it. My airborne formation. Kansas, partly in our control as well. Radiation forces are kind of split out over here. Some pockets of resistance remain. Try and drive through. Push them off. Ah, they're already pushing back into Dallas. To push up. Hey, one attack coming in this area. Where's this part of the southern end of Wyoming and up beyond that? Now is a good time to drive on to Mexico on the way to Panama. Some of the logistics here have softened up a bit.
Now, we could probably, once we've taken control and secured most of Dallas, we could probably move further down and try to cut most of Mexico. That's Mexico, rather Texas under our full. Nice. We are gonna push further south across the border and put Mexico under Xeon control. Going to Monterrey. Actually split out the 18th mechanized, different formations. Gonna need somebody. Oh, come on. Back to Rio to resupply and refit. While in Africa. Supplies, attrition, supplies nothing. Things stay as they are. Won't be able to do anything. Things have been going where today? Like, I mean, I could actually see some expansion here in North America, but the fact that the convoys have suffered extensive losses, most of our logistics is not going through. So the enemy airstrikes in North Africa really does on the morale of our forces. Somebody to conduct escort work, actually. Air surface forces here, good. Base promotion, at least. Knocked out enemy mobile underwater mobile armor there. Should probably set some raider forces out. Enemy formations here. Already? Where are you guys? Oh, here. On the way to their escort or their assigned attack formation. Got caught in enabling good. Oof. It's not a good sign. Bitter has suffered extensively front line. Overrun them. Perfect. Just need to fix some of these frontline formations. Expand the supply hub here, thank you. Get more. Please need logistic support. Easy driving through. What else can we use? I mean, we can just push through to the south while the extra forces here hold this area, I suppose. normal fashion there. I have reserves I can do. Going. Taking sweet bit time repairing, but they did sink an enemy carrier. So I guess they deserve that rest. This one. Can't send them out here. Are they out there again? Send you guys over here. Oh. Right. Don't have enough active patrol forces for that operation. Fourth mixed strike group are in. Oh, these guys. Reynosa. Caspian Piedra Negras. But South America. Taking a while to get there and organize everything, but looks good. Driving through. Sometimes it's easier to do this manually than setting them up to do battle plans. For some reason, when I do battle plans, most of the enemies actually just, most of my forces just jump back to the rear for some reason. Tools. Pick up on tools. I get cut off from here. And they got run over. Overrun! That doesn't count as an overrun, seriously? That sucks. It's around these guys near Hermosa. Try and clear out the fleets here so that their naval presence in the western seaboard is reduced. Bifrost. Second moment still docked. Screw that, time for escort work. Let's change them. Training the base for repairs by looks of it. Aces killed each other? What? That's the first time I've seen that happen. cut them off here so we can capture that naval base later. Seriously, that prompt for the first time I heard about aces being able to kill each other. Really funny to see that, if I'm being honest. Is of Kansas that are apparently still in AU control. As we expand further east, the front line becomes a bit wider and our escort capabilities are getting lower. That's an enemy carrier on its own. And that's another enemy carrier out of action. Perfect. Although our logistics are already badly knocked out again, we still need to make more convoys. Sunlight's stall. Let's get Rango. Probably over here. I should be going down soon. That freaking elastic defense is getting annoying. Bridgehead isn't easy. These guys just arrived here. Should I expand the, yeah, I should expand the logistics and infrastructure in our town as well. Guys should be 5, not 2. Well, as that becomes a bit weaker, the chances of enemies being able to conduct naval operations on the west coast becomes. They can probably deploy some of the multitudes out to the front lines. Time to lasso them out of there. Fighting Panzer leader, right? Time to scare them off. It's taking these mobile armors so long to fix themselves. Engagement on the Mexican coast again. Eesh. Cypher's up again. It's quicker than I thought. Where's the other one? Oh. Let me do many more. Base promoted again. Strategic transport all the way down to the North African desert again. Just going down the coast of Mexico all the way down the Yucatan, and then we'll drive and probably hold until we can reorganize and then push further down south towards Panama. Sending the mobile armor formation to Mexico City. These guys are going to move here, I believe. And these guys are going to take over Wichita. 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 How do you read it? Wichita? Wichita. Puerto Vallarta is now under our control. Sending these guys from the 4th Line Airborne over to outskirts of Veracruz. Another ace promotion. We're going to take over Guadalajara. Need more surface vessels, guys. Come on. That's a lot of guys in repair. So. Oh, there's a new formation out here. And these guys. Now, if we can secure these for our convoys. Lost most of our convoys because of these raids. Can we even cover everything here? There's a supply line from the Caribbean here. I'll leave that for a different fleet. I'd handle that. And more supply lines coming in. I'm going run past Acapulco. Guy's gonna run over to the naval base near Veracruz. You guys are gonna be going to Villahermosa, the outside of Chiapas provinces. But outside Acapulco. How about you guys? Going to the southern end of Chiapas. Supply issues. Not good, not good. Our fuel's great. We just can't get most of it down to the fleets because the cone is getting wrapped up pretty badly. Definitely gonna need more surface vessels to provide escort work. If only we had more repair yards available. You guys are gonna be driving to the Yucatan. You guys are gonna be driving separately. I need mobile to go to Guatemala already? British one. Guatemala City for the 1st MS Gelgu Division. Heck, where you guys going? Tuxtla Gutierrez. Oh, there's Belize already. Honduras, apparently. Truck. And they have surrendered. Captured that, so that now we take care of Cancun, and we have a vacation point there. But we can't expand production from that point. Have to just use infrastructure bonuses so we can get some peace supplies out. Engagements in the Mexican coast. Surface vessels, really. Can't really do convoy raiding because the enemy's surface vessels are still around and about. These guys are out of their range. We need to capture these points so that they can have a supply line. These guys are coming off slowly. Sending up. Supply lines for our frontline formations. Just need to knock out their naval bases here so that most of the supplies and convoys can get through. Ah, there you go. Some of the supply lines are fixing themselves up now. More radar formations. Things looking a bit quiet here on the eastern front lines, thankfully. Plan to do that. What's this on the options? Press censorship. Nope. Should be good for now. How many of our ships are still not repaired? Trading out guys. They're still taking their sweet time traveling here. So Donahue's defensive formations are already need to worry about losing their front line. Oh, it's Chapadel. That sounds familiar. Flank him. Lock him off. There you go. They don't have any more aircraft in the Tripoli base area. And that got overwhelmed. Expand the defensive positioning there. Still a bit of an issue with supplies down south here. It's mostly because of bomb runs. Yeah, expected that. Expand the supply lines first. Go back to American front. And now going to link up with the south. Guys left behind in the advance. Going straight to the Nicaragua area. Sending everybody forward now. Hopefully nothing gonna hurt us from behind. Doesn't look like they're in the mood to engage in amphib operations. That's for the 5th Raiding Force. Surface vessels are taking a while to move. New fields. New fields cut on. Oh, this area got cut off. General advance. It's clean. These guys should just strategically move here. Taking their sweet time driving. I don't know. Do I want to take over Cuba? Cuba and the Dominican Republic. Haiti have air forces in it. There's also Puerto Rico. They have one destroyer fleet there. Not really that valuable compared to our sides here. This is the thing. Some taking a while to move up here. It's a bit more, we'll be at Panama. Sending everybody to across the Panama Canal now. Ready, available at least. Yep, the Panama Canal is now in our control, so that limits their naval capabilities a bit further. Any forces trying to get to our western seaboard here have to take the long way up. So they do have the advantage of being larger in number compared to ours, and most of our heavy numbers are all sick of air bay. You know what? Maybe we can actually threaten Japan. Cut off guys here. These guys are traveling there. Problem is the logistics of this area are terrible because they have not built anything. It's also eating on our supply lines. Need better road. Figured that even with the disadvantage of having lower debuffed industrial production, the Federation will be building roads around this part to their resource base, but for some reason they just overlooked or rather the infrastructure production here in South and America. Base up. Still cannot make 8th MS team. It's taking them so long. But not the 8th MS team, I meant the Cyclops team. He's from the Mexican coast. Escort's not doing anything to prevent taking control of Gamma base as well. If only we had more vessels that can handle these badly damaged, a lot of badly damaged positioning is there. Yeah, these guys are moving up to the other front line now. TV here, gonna leave here. I'm going to assume there's a lot more enemy armor in this area than here in North America. Oh, that's just great. It's just real great. Can't get to Cartagena for the time being since we don't have resources, and it's going to be a defeat. I have to hope that the supplies will arrive fast enough so these guys can resupply, get themselves fixed without any radar to support them. From here, we won't be able to know how things are happening on each side. Here. He ran away. It's funny. It's in the Gulf of Mexico. Convoy getting shot down in that part of town. We don't have enough, uh-oh, we lost an ace. Need you guys to conduct strikes in Havana. When we stabilize our formation or our supply situation here in Central America, we're going to try and cut off the nation's east coast and south. I mean the Gulf, to be honest. Rather the Gulf to be exact. Hey, these guys aren't doing anything. Drive. It's like, oh, it's not going. then stiffen headbutt. Tactical withdrawal to where? We got you surrounded, buddy. You don't have a naval port to run out from. To occupation in North Africa. We still have a lot of aircraft here. The supply situation in the desert area is still a bit of a pain. Hey, we got some guys out here from the patrol forces. These guys. Raiding force again. Need some guys to replace you. Turn to Rio for resupply and rest at that. That's not looking too hot. Overrun, frickin' finally. Drive over to Nowlands. As we take Nowlands, we'll take also Biloxi and Mobile. I keep hearing people calling Mobile instead of Mobile or Mobile. Is it just an Alabama thing? Yeah, I guess it is. Now let's drive further up. We can cut them off from here. There's a good chance we can drive out pipes with the other information. Driving. These guys are hoping. Our front line I can off. In a short time for strategic maneuvering. Alright. North here to southern end of Louisiana. And we've taken care of that. Just two more sets of provinces in Louisiana. We'll have control of the entirety of the state. We can now push over to Mississippi afterwards. Also cut off some of their flying their aircraft now. And they shot down most of our naval bombers. Rather, naval port bombers. Now, further. Bombers coming up. Conducting bombing operations in southern Missouri, rather. But they got interceptors coming in now. We still have air superiority, though. Anti-air formations to soften up the enemy's air defense capabilities, rather air attack capabilities. I should probably expand the air base here as well. Nice promotion. Really need to get these. These guys are taking a while to move into formation. Logistics and infrastructure really annoyingly low here. Right, that's the last of the 18th mechanized in position. Guys aren't doing anything. Let's push you up here. Still have a lot of bases to cover though. Last one. Oh, Zoamo. Send you over. Eat. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about fuel. Everybody else is having some serious supply issues. What's taking these guys so long? 11 days. Gonna need the naval base here. Gonna expand the naval base. Close that part over there. We can't land here. And these guys aren't airborne capable. Since there's no options to speak of, they can't exactly be deployed. Or rather, they can't exactly escape back to the mainland if they get surrounded, so driving up into Mobile. The fleet spotting the Peruvian coast. The hell are these screening ships doing? Escort fleet, second Mobile fleet, second mobile fleet. Dang it! Mixing names now. There was a cruiser fleet in the Galapagos, but I don't have any air. Wait a second. How's the air superior over there, anyways? I'm going to send one of the transport planes to the Panama Canal. Let's send everybody in the Panama Canal. Two. Comes in. Third transport wing. Is still standing by? They're on resupply. There's the option to hold these guys. Sending you over to Panama Canal Air Base. Airborne operations here. Taking a while for those planes to arrive here. Oh, there they are. Perfect. They're well within range. Now to my paratroopers. There's another airborne mission here. Can I even? Apparently, yes. Not too big. I have another airborne mission here. Topeka? like a good spot right now. Lock him off. Run over. Need another paratrooper formation here. Here's the other arm. There. Two. Maybe at least 50 transport. Not because they were conducting supply ops. Airdrop, finally. And we'll cut them off here. Just need those guys up, then let's wait until they can resupply, and then bada bing, bada boom. Cut off the enemy cruiser force there. Boys are banged up pretty badly. We can also capture Havana once you've secured Florida. Mobile is now under our control. Right, so we're approaching Dunwoody from this point. Somebody's gonna be real angry once I capture Dunwoody. I can feel it. There's a traffic jam here as we cross past Little Rock. St. Louis is well within our control. Back towards Kansas City as well. Enemy convoy formations here are going down pretty badly. Rather, they're convoy raiding operations. I am going to need something else to deal with these convoys, though, since most of our ships are currently tasked with anti-surface operations and not convoy raiding. Where are these guys? Oh, where are the action here? Oh, that's two enemy screening ships knocked out. Gotta get more, come on! Slow. Supply lines are getting really banged up with all the traffic. So we gotta push a bit further south. Kansas City is now in our control. Just a quarter of Missouri needs to be taken over. It's of Kansas itself. We are under our control soon. That's a major victory for us. 2 enemy destroyers knocked out of action. Oh, that's not exactly super. Let's conduct our paratrooper ops now, shall we? Thank you. An enemy cruiser force out of action now. Running to... Oof, bad news, no airports here. airport's there. An airport. Actually, I need to prioritize the airport here since I need to get that paratrooper force up and out. Still in control. I think we can still just need a week to get get that airport up. Excellent. Because the attack forward isn't going forwards. I Maracaibo. Come on, we gotta drive through that river, boys. Capture bridgehead rather. These guys still on convoy rating, but they're not seeing anything. I swear river crossings are annoying with our mobile suit support. Send this mobile suit formation over here now. Placing the paratroopers that are pushing forward. Everybody. 3rd Marine Combat Brigade. 3rd Jaeger Infantry Formation. Divisions there. That's Birmingham. Attack K2 attach Birmingham. These guys now surrounded. And Nashville is right there. For the 1st Dom MS Division here. Gonna clean things up rapidly though. That cleans up this part of Arkansas, which is now under our full control. Hopefully things won't be too bad. Settle down here. It's Florida now. Where's the Florida actually? People cannot deploy any formations here. New submarine capable units. Sub, 1 high gog, 1 gog. Egypt in a supply rut again. We have 4 convoys. Damn it. Going to Nashville now. And take this part of Georgia driving into Florida. Dunwoody is just right there. Now, somebody going to be angry once I capture Dunwoody, but it's part of the operation, so no hard feelings, I hope. Time to cut them off here. Hopefully they don't have enough reinforcement ability to push back and retreat. Finally, airfield done. Airfield here. Airborne. Got an airdrop here. Stuff. Quick. Quick and clean. Perfect. Send you. Now you guys stay in the Galapagos Islands, right? So and why is he not dropping? Airdrop operations, dropping close up. No, they're already there. Perfect. Where are they headed? What? Why are you heading home? Dingoes. I hate when they do that. See what I mean about setting up unit plans and then they just go home? I guess it's because it's a supply issue, but still. How did we get cut off? Mind explaining to me how we got cut off? Pick up those. Oh, what Brotherhood? Formation of these guys? 15 to 21 infantry divisions, 2 engineer brigades. Why are they like this? What kind of formation is this? Off where we need them. Site 6 guard. Why are they sending most of their support units down here anyways? Well, I could probably probably retransfer some of these guys to the east. The enemy formations here are mostly on. There's an issue with that. What else would be usable? Right, that's enemy formation there knocked out. Just these guys that need clearing up. Sorry, you gotta go. Org, not enough troops to support them. South America also having a bit of a defensive line up here. It's like they got a nose on. They've got their nose up on what's planning. And they're run over. Wait, why is that not counting as an overrun? Despite all of that, we've only lost 115,000 fielded manpower, as opposed to 3 million. 3.5 million on the Federation side. Surprisingly. Is there a merit? Pushing through side? No. We don't get cut off. Supply issue still a thing? It is. Dang it. A lot of land there. That's annoying. Where are you going? Oh. Time to cut off Florida. We can capture Cape Canaveral. And then Miami. It's the northern Bahamas, too. Otherwise, are now down to 5 again. Trucks. Probably gonna need more factories for trucks. Train. You guys are gonna be driving to the northwest of Miami. You guys are gonna be driving to Miami proper. And that's Cape Canaveral and now under our control. Spending more new type thought. Really hate that we can't go for full positive new type abilities though. That's the south of the Cape, our control. We can actually conduct pair drop. Ooh, never mind. Can we? I don't know if we can conduct naval operations here, actually. I hear marching. Yeah, it'd take a while for them to get there. Oh, that doesn't look good. This commander. No need to worry about amphibious landings from the Federation for now. Let's expand our defensive operations here to the west. Probably hold some at Benghazi base, actually. all so long. Ace promote, perfect. Getting more aces out here. Really. Interceptors. Ooh, good lord, most of our fires are already getting banged up. That's not a good sign. I think I know what's the issue here. Yeah, planes in reserves, but they can't get to the areas because of Federation updates and by the looks of it. Our aircraft aren't getting to the front fast enough. Any reinforcements we need? 755, I need it for reinforcement. Since we can't reach them without supply convoys, come on, just a bit more. Expanding our defensive operations here. The aircraft are we're losing actual aircraft without replacements because the convoys can't make it to the fronts. Okay, now we have to make the executive decision to rush up. Secure Augusta base, I suppose. These guys, no. Getting somebody out to secure Atlanta. And why do they not have anything here in Alabama for construction work? Are you guys nuts? Taking Augusta base. Unfortunately, that's not helping our supply issues. Fighters are going down rapidly in Africa. So we can't get our convoys out there. I think it's time to disband some of our air forces here. Needs air wing. Are they? Air wings with no mission assigned. Oh, these guys. They're attack aircraft. I don't need attack aircraft right now. I need more interceptors. This one, oh, it's Nebraska. We only have 3 mobile suit divisions ready to deploy there. I think we can send out the 17th Motorized to try and flank Nebraska. South Dakota, and then there's Iowa. back to Augusta, Atlanta. These guys are gonna be driving past Dunwoody, I feel. You guys are going to secure Atlanta and Dunwoody now. More roads will be easier for our supplies to get up there. Yep, that should do it. Cut off the third side foreguard. Ready to overrun them. Oh, that's not good. At least we still have enough spots here outside of Nebraska to reinforce friendly forces. Oh, they retreated to the wrong front line. They retreated to the wrong front line. Stability is going down. Gonna cut them off here. Once we pocket them in. Oh! What? Push in and pocket these guys. That's ambush versus infiltration assault, but we got them surrounded, so there's that. River crossing, though, that's a problem. There you go. Cleaned out and out of action. Now let's try to stabilize the northern front as we prepare to move into the old 13. Oh, these guys got pocketed. And now I remember when I tried to land on the East Coast instead of the West Coast, we had an entire country's worth of air forces just dropping bombs over New York City. It made defending the area a little more harder than it is. And you thought this is bad? You haven't seen that run. That was a terrifying run, to be honest. Naval engagement on the Mexican coast. Maybe we can sink that carrier. Speaking of, our ship's coming around. All amphibious ships or attack vessels. You guys aren't going to be doing any convoy raiding. I think you should just do some convoy escorting. I do. Attacking Africa again. A while to move. How bad is the infrastructure in this part of town? Seriously. Very, very bad, apparently. And the supplies are coming through. Somebody else do honors of surrounding the Noah Brotherhood. A lot of gaps here in the front, to be honest. Terrifying to me. There's our bombers. We should move them up further to provide ground support. So losing aircraft here. Why are we not getting all the planes we need? What the heck is going on? 803 needed for reinforcement. They're not getting there. That's where the bombers are? Nope, that's intercept. Ah, bombers. Conducting bombing operations here on the west side instead. Sick. 51st Infantry. 25th Infantry? Oh, I'm confused. $70. Taking them so long. Enemy air superiority in the Great Lakes. Transfer some of our fighters there then. Like, dang it. Well, let's send everybody out here then. And then conduct air superiority over on this side. We just need to overrun these air bases. Oh, that's Chicago already. Sure. This is like the third time in your entire career that you're wounded in frontline combat. What the hell are you doing? Swear to God, this guy loves to get blown up. Well, can't really do anything about that right now. Collapsing this pocket is going to be a bit more. Gonna take a bit more, I mean. This is not good. Looks like they know what we're doing, and they've spent up most of the remaining aircraft air in the North American theater to Idaho and Indiana, rather. Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, it's Indiana. Attack him. Char can't really do much since he's wounded. I need 3 months to repair that. At least we managed to collapse that pocket. I want that airbase knocked out of action. Approaching Charlotte. Yep, Charlotte should be clean up. Enemy airbase in this area has been neutralized. They still have air superiority, I believe. Yep, they do. Collapse the pocket. I drive through. Collapse that front. Logistics are getting really banged up. Garrisons also need reinforcement. Most of them down here. Another 3 more requests for garrison support. Flying trucks also probably gonna need some supply there. Upgrades. 3,000 infantry still needing upgrades. $25 more requests. That's a lot of requests. We're having it easier here in North America because we don't have to worry about ship lanes, but once the guys in South Africa, in North Africa and South America get plastered, they're done for. Logistics and supply lines are still in construction. Take a while for any of these to be available. More and the rest. Iwo Jima. Second more. These guys. But you guys are going to be conducting regular patrol, right? Oh, they're all in repair mode. That's not exactly good. As long as they have convoys, we can't really do much. Supply lines here are getting cut off as well. I'm gonna drive to north. Also gonna send somebody to take care of that airbase in North Carolina. You guys are gonna be driving to Richmond. Near that line. That tin cod gonna score a win. Never mind. Oh, he did. Dang it. Gap here we can exploit. Take care of any Federation forces still hiding in that small pocket. Just driving straight to DC from this point. Gonna be extremely difficult driving straight to Boston. Louisville. Trying to get Louisville as well. Go. Indianapolis, just 2 provinces away. Most of our naval forces still stuck out in the water. Absolutely no supply lines to speak of, mostly because the enemy has access to the sea and we don't. own capability to strike their anti-ship, or rather to attack their ships out sea without naval support. Best thing we can do is try to deny them port lines. They have the range still, so there's a problem. Still a bit of an issue with the infrastructure in this part of town. Still delaying. Oh crap. Almost telling me to tuck it in for the night. Let's just give one more review. See how things are going here. North Africa is now suffering from supply issues because of those convoy lines. The rate things are going, I'll probably have to retreat. Easy doing that. Especially with how things are going. Full support for Zionism already. It's just the logistics that's a bit of an issue right now. Kentucky, just 2 more provinces. We already have Kentucky mostly. This is already Indiana. Most of our naval forces are still stuck out there. Elements of the... They sank one of the other destroyers. Dropping more naval mines out here. Still looking at a possible requirement to disband some of the aircraft, rather some of the older squadrons, so they can be transferred for reinforcement here. We really need to rebuild our convoy strength. By that I mean we need to cut off their naval presence in this general area. Might have to run down to Chile and most of Argentina afterwards. Not going to be easy, especially without naval production. Fortunately, that will have to wait another day. Much as I'd love to stay for a while longer, it's gonna be... I'll have to go now because I gotta finish something else. Nonetheless, I think we did pretty well in the land front. We did manage to capture some, or greater part, of North America, as well as segments of Central America. With the Panama Canal currently closed up, to be able to traverse Pacific to the Atlantic of superiority, so that may not be that much of an issue. For the time being, we do... hang on. We just made... Oh. Else who can... Next time, we're gonna send a couple of surface and subsurface forces to patrol this part of town. They can take care of anybody who's gonna try and raid our escort. Since we have control of the Panama Canal, they can just switch over from the Eastern Seaboard Canal. Hopefully that's gonna provide some easing up logistics personnel. Well, considering all that, it is a good time to tuck it in for the day. If you got any complaints or valid reactions about the stream today, drop me a line on Twitter or Facebook. You to watch some of the old streams that we've done, any other related, check the archives linked on the About tab in my profile page. Speaking of profile page, If you think you got a friend who might be interested in stuff I stream, or might just be rather in the mood to complain about G streamers, you can always share my twitch.tv/alert. That's all from me now. Sure, if I'm gonna be out again tomorrow, high possibility that's the case. So if things go south, I might not be able to stream again till the day after tomorrow. Hopefully, I can still get back early so I can still catch up even late. Don't know if I'm to stream tomorrow. It'd be a good time to do something else. Other stuff backlog into. Whatever the case, just keep it. At least just keep it on socials. For me, now on TV. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all Wednesday. Good night, everybody.